This week on Your Pants Official, it's if we could do anything, which is not quite the same as if we had $1,000,000, but I can understand the confusion, there's a lot of overlap. I think Hank actually just made a video about this, so since we are a Nerdfighter collab, let's pull the Vlogbrothers back into it. For nostalgia's sake, honestly, I think that's what I would do if I could do anything. I would allow myself the non-insanity of optimism. My parental figure guy, whom I refer to by name because he's not quite a stepdad, but he's pretty much a stepdad. Anyways, he's always frustrated with me because he doesn't understand why I let myself get in my way. At least that's his words, not mine. I do agree with them though. A lot of times I fail at things because I am so close to succeeding and then I bump into myself and I fall on my ass and I'm sitting there looking up at me going, ha, that's cute, you thought you could do a thing. Why do I do that? I mean, I know fully well why I do that. I do that because I feel the need to constantly check myself. I like to think of myself as a fairly aware person in that I'm aware of the people in my life that annoy me. And I'm also aware of exactly what it is that I find annoying about them and what the rest of the world around me finds annoying about them. And I don't think that compromises their moral integrity or their ability to be a good person, but it jeopardizes their ability to be a good socializer. And as nerds and nerd fighters, generally this is something we tend to overlook, or we encourage acceptance of it before trying to move on, because sometimes we're anxious. Social anxiety, Kate, you talk about it, and I adore you. But there are certain people who go out into the world and act the way they do because they don't know better, which is understandable, but then they continue to act the way they do because they refuse to know better. And that's where I draw the line, is when repeatedly they rebuke the evidence in front of their very eyes and they just keep going. It's like watching a train wreck go uphill. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense, it's just frustrating and a little bit surreal. So I avoid that. I constantly avoid that with myself. You know, that thing where you find flaws in people that you also possess? That's a thing, right? That's not me making stuff up. Your opinions reflect more on you than on the thing that you're opinionated about, and I get that. So the thing that frustrates me in other people, obviously, is something I am very afraid of. And so I don't let myself go unchecked. I do things and then I stop before I finish so that I can make sure every step up to that point has been, like, acceptable. So actually, if I could do anything, I would go out and I would find somebody else to do that for me, because this is becoming an issue. My inability to follow through with things out of fear of not even messing up the task itself, but messing up in the principles that I hold dear. So yeah, that's my final answer for the $1,000,000 question, is that I would find someone else that I would trust with this. I would try and find someone who would be able to tell me, like, tap me on the shoulder and say nicely, hey, you're doing that thing that you hate. And then I would be able to put my all into things without being scared that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and realize I am an annoying person. And obviously there's a lot of issues that stem from this that I could keep talking about, but I'm hitting like the 4-minute mark. That's what I would do. I would let someone in and let them take that job from me. Because, I mean, as much as I don't want to be a burden, this is becoming a burden on me and my future. Also, Kate, I feel so bad for you that you can't sleep properly, because that's all I've been doing for the past while, is sleeping very no, I wouldn't say properly. I sleep improperly. I sleep like 14 hours a day. It's getting ridiculous. Maybe I should just send you some soothing chamomile tea. Maybe that would help. Until next week, DFTBA.